Game.
What is up, fellow bench warmers? Welcome to another daily Fantasy Quickie. Hey guys, it's another playoff quickie, and it's getting down the wire towards the end of the week.
I thought you're gonna say it's getting messier and messier with more players falling.
Well, I guess we've gotten used to the injuries, and it has lessened. I guess. I mean,
well, not today. We added more players to the injury list.
Okay, so let's talk about the injuries today. Brogdon, who played, I think, the first quarter or the first half of the game in Indiana, and then did not return due to a hamstring injury.
Yes.
He has. So this is the challenge with Brogdon. So I am helping out a fantasy manager who has Brogdon, and it's in the finals, right? And there's just one game left. He needs the assist, he needs the steal. So Brogdon is a key part there to win the assists and the steals, right? Should we already drop Brogdon?
Yes, in the final situation, I think he's a drop. It's a hamstring. And assist steals, that's what you need and that's what he gives. But the chances he plays is less than 50%. So you have to play the odds. If you make a mistake, it's a gamble. It's like, you roll the dice. So I think you should just look at the FA list and look for some replacements there. That's 100% who's going to play, right?
Yeah.
That's what you should. It's trickier in the quarterfinals, though.
Okay, if you're in the quarterfinals, so if it's in the finals, you're good. You drop him.
Yeah, you drop
replace
him.
him.
You drop him.
And then if you are in the semis,
or the quarters.
I guess semis is a little bit easier as well. If you miss the next game, you'll probably get a better update, by the next game.
We'll get a better update. So I guess if you're not in the finals, you wait for better updates. But of course, it's a hamstring. We don't know if it's a strain, a tightness, whatever it is. So we have to wait for further updates to advise you guys what to do. But some managers are go, drop him right away. Some managers are, more conservative. So it's really up to you guys how you play it. But for us, I think we wait for more updates to make a better decision.
Yep. For some teams, you have a full roster tomorrow anyway. I think there are a lot of teams who has a full roster tomorrow.
Teams.
So there's really no hurry to add. So what we also did in that league, we didn't drop Brogdon yet because there might be an update tomorrow because he has a full roster tomorrow. So we have until 3 tomorrow to maybe drop him for the next game, for Sunday's game. So we'll wait a bit before making a move. That's the Brogdon update. It's do you agree that I just feel like assist is one of the hardest things to get from the free agent pool?
Statistically, they say yes. It's the hardest,
right?
scarcest.
If you look at the waiver wire, there's just very few players who can give you assist, right?
Yes, that's statistically that's what they say. But I think blocks still the hardest for me. It's but for me, both
there
of
are
them.
specialists. Like if you look at blocks, it's an easy add, right? If you look at blocks, you can add Tyball and he can give you blocks. You could look at a center who might have 15-20 minutes. He can give you a block or two, right? But in assist, you can't just add. Like if you add a point guard, okay. So one player we were considering was Peyton Pritchard, right?
Yeah, Peyton Pritchard.
But he doesn't pass as much. He doesn't give you assists as much, right? He gives you 1 at times. He gives you 2 at most at 4. Not really very enticing ad, but maybe that's the best you can get. That's where I saw the challenge because we were looking for assists. There's really not much there.
I think if you're looking at it at the waiver wire level, I think assist is the hardest to find. But if you're looking at it like pre-draft levels, there are a lot of players nowadays who get multiple assists, even big men. But since you're looking right now, what's important is
the
what you
waiver
can
wire.
add.
Yeah,
What you can add, especially in deep leagues. Yeah, I agree. Assists is really hard to find.
Really hard to find. And even if players like there are players available in some leagues like Malachi Flynn, right, who hasn't been added because it was Fred VanVleet was a late scratch, and some leagues they just dropped they just stream Malachi Flynn, right? Flynn can maybe give you more assists than
5 to 6 maybe.
Yep, 5 to 6 are quite a good number, but there's always this uncertainty of whether he'll play 25 minutes or he'll just play 11 minutes. So it's really another challenge heading into the playoffs. And speaking of Malachi Flynn, I guess we have to talk about Fred VanVleet first, who was also out today.
He was rested for his hip. I made a late post about it because I read more into the details. He doesn't really feel right. And Jeremy has been saying that he has not played well ever since he came back.
He played a good game, I guess. He had
one good game, 20-something points. Outside of that, you remove that, the numbers that his average 13 and 6 would even be lower. Because that 13 and 6 was because of that 20-something game. 20-point-something game.
27-point game, yeah.
People are saying, should we drop? He might play the next game. He actually can play the next game. He's day-to-day, and Jeremy said he's not in the game time decision.
He's not in you can't. Yeah,
so
you have to remove him from your IL plus slot.
Yeah, so he's healthy in the sense that he should be able to play. But we don't know because they're just guessing that he'll feel better if he rests. So what my suggestion was, you don't have to go out and drop him, but if you have a hot player that maybe you don't need assists anymore, you don't need, right? I mean, you don't need the 3-pointers. You need big man stats. You need something else. Then you don't have somebody else to drop. You can drop him, in my opinion, because this would linger on, and I don't know how long he could take it, but it's not looking good.
Well, I don't know how to feel about Fred VanVleet not playing well because I have him in one league and I have my opponents have him in a lot of leagues. So when he missed today's game, I was a little bit relieved somehow that I won't be facing him in a lot of leagues. So yeah, there's Fred VanVleet. We'll see what updates we get on Sunday. Or tomorrow, but probably he's a game time decision, so probably we'll be able to find out more on Sunday. Giannis played 1 minute today and got injured.
That's a bummer. I mean, that really sucks for Giannis owners because, according to the coach Bud, it doesn't look like a grade 2, grade 3 sprain or something that will end the season, but there are only 2 weeks left. So the Bucks are basically third seed already. So there is a chance next week you won't be seeing him for half of the week or maybe the whole week.
Yep.
That is tough for Giannis owners. But this is good for Drew, for Middleton. But Portis should be added, by the way. We didn't talk about the Brogdon situation. I guess we could talk. O'Shea Brissett, I think, should remain in your lineup. Don't drop him.
Yeah.
TJ McConnell, he played terribly. So far, it's not been good this week, but I think he should be starting already next game. I hope he does. But even if he doesn't, 30-something minutes for
What do you
McConnell.
expect from TJ McConnell? I know he didn't play well today. He was 1 out of 5, but I'll take that 5 assists and 2 steals.
Three steals. He did 3 steals today.
Right? That's so far in most of my matchups, it's always the steals. That's really, really close, and I think it's what always been. Yeah, right. If you have players who are injured or players who don't, who were scratched late, I think you should at least be close on the steals. And we've been saying that the lucky stats, the steals, turnovers, the blocks, right? These are the lucky stats wherein any manager could win them if their players get lucky.
That's what I expect from McConnell. Steals.
Right? We don't expect him to score much.
No, I don't need him to score, and I don't want him to score. mean, I'm okay with him. But I want him to give me 12 assists, and I want to give him to give me 3 steals.
Yeah.
And that's what I hope he does. But Edmond Sumner, I thought had a knee injury, so I was more confident in McConnell. But apparently, it's just a banging of knees thing, so he should be fine according to him. So if Sumner plays, then McConnell will have a little bit of lesser minutes. But if Sumner doesn't play, the more I think McConnell will have really a good game.
No, McConnell has been having great minutes, even with Brogdon there.
Not too much. He's 20-something, 23, 24.
Which is not bad for a backup point guard. I mean,
but not the minutes he was getting early on when he was really hot. He was 35, 36.
Yep.
I mean, he needs those minutes. He really needs those minutes, especially if he's playing with more terrible talent nowadays. The assist won't be easy.
Yeah, true.
Even if he passes to makes a good pass or open shot, we're not sure those players will make it. Like, Sabonis and Brogdon and all those players. So he needs the minutes. He needs the reps.
Yep.
To get the stats that he is used to, which is assists and steals.
Yeah.
Now with Fred VanVleet being out, with Giannis being out, Bobby Portis, I think, hold on to him, see where this goes. PJ Tucker is more of a.
PJ Tucker is not a fantasy friendly player.
Yeah, but if you're down to your last day, or maybe you need a steal or something, and it's just PJ Tucker there,
and you can't get anyone there.
I guess.
He can
roll the dice and see what will happen. Right?
It's steals, right? Steals.
Yeah.
Like we were talking about, Evan Fournier got 5 steals the other day, and that's probably the most he's had in his whole career, right? I mean, you never really know.
With these injuries, I want to ask Jeremy the question I posted in the FPW just to wrap this segment up. I think. I mean. The injuries, like these kinds of injuries, if you know that Brogdon is day-to-day, let's say, can come back anytime, let's say you're down 3-6 and the chances are really slim, but you have a chance to win. But you can drop him and pick up somebody else.
And I have the moves to do it.
And this is a semifinals.
And I have the moves to do it.
Yeah, but it will certainly cripple you for the battle for third. I'm just thinking of the battle for third. Is that in your mind? Is that something you consider or you don't?
Wait, you have a chance to win in the current semifinals?
You have a slight chance. I mean, like me, I'm 2-7 down. You need to win 3 categories. You need to come back in 3 categories.
Yeah, but they're down. Are they close?
Let's say you're down 6 steals. I'm down 4 blocks. I'm down 19 assists. Is that close enough for you? I mean, those. I mean, you have 1 move left. You can drop a player like that day to day, not a serious injury. Do you ever think that I drop this player next? Okay, the chances of me winning this week is 10%.
If I only have one, have one move, I'll probably drop if I can get a player with 2 games.
Okay, so you won't consider the battle for third. Is that in your consideration?
Yeah, but if he is out, he'll probably be out next week, or at least he won't play the whole game.
Okay.
Well, here's what I'll do. I'll just probably drop him. Or before I drop him, I'll check who's top of the waiver wire. Waiver priority. If it's not going to be my opponent in the
battle for third,
then I'm fine with that. Whoever gets him, I don't care, right? But if that's maybe a different take would be if the player who I'm gonna meet in the battle for third would be the one to get him, then maybe I'll be in trouble. But hey, I'll roll the dice anyway, so we'll see. Anything can happen though. So I think I'll probably drop. Thinking about it, I'll drop him for a player with 2 games.
We got different answers, different kind of managers, and it is interesting. I just give my own take. Battle for third is battle for third. I always go to win. But if I have 5% or 10% chance, I may look for that battle for third, because a manager said it right a while ago. I'd rather get a trophy. I'd rather get something and not get 0 out,
No, here's my take. So you won't drop him.
No, Brogdon I will drop this situation. But let's say you're in your last day and it's really a Hail Mary ad last 2 days and that player is not injured, just doesn't have games. So, he's the player logically you can drop.
No, the only time I'll drop that is if I'm down like a steal, a block, or whatever.
Yes.
I'll probably
but it's
do
not like
that if it's just a steal. But if it's like 3, 4, 5 steals, no, I probably won't do that.
Me too. That's how I look at it.
And another point I want to raise is that even if you drop them now, there's really no assurance or guarantee that next week whoever you face would be as lucky again, right? Or you'll be as unlucky the week before, right? So we've seen, a lot of things happening. So maybe the following week someone sits, right?
Yes.
Week 19, some of his players sit. So we don't know, right? So I guess that there's
so it's better. So it's I agree with what you said.
If I have a chance to win, I'll try for that. Whatever happens next week, I'll worry about that later, right? So
good point. Good point.
Moving on to the next segment, let's talk about waiver wire first because these are probably we can talk about some of these players who really played well today. Because they're not really the top level players that you are used to.
Yeah.
KPJ is the hottest name right now with scoring 50 in
Gotta
great
change
percentages.
Gotta change oil in a nightclub. It always helps, guys. It always helps. If
Yep.
there's problems, just go clear your mind.
Energizer. He got refueled.
And Daniel House is out. He's playing with Armoni Brooks, who I don't think you should even look or add or whatever. He's just not an NBA player. So they're down to really 4 solid players. Tate is not a scorer, so it's basically Wood, Olynyk, and him.
Yep.
And if you look
Olynyk
at how he got
another great game.
Yeah. And if you look at how he got his 50 points, they were all one-on-ones. He was dribbling the whole time, just shooting, just whatever. So do I think this is gonna be the norm? Not 50, but 20s can be. But the field goal will go up and down. Today, he shot the ball very well.
Yep,
but
he had 9 threes.
He
had 9 threes today. So I think he was really feeling it today.
Yeah. But he's gonna be a game changer as long as he stays healthy. Again, that's an if question mark, big question mark with KPJ. And as long as he doesn't go back to the nightclub, I think he's gonna be a game changer. I hope he didn't like what he did in the nightclub, because if not, he's gonna go for it. He's gonna go for round 2, and he's gonna say that it gave me 50 points to go for it again.
No, the only concern of going there every time is the following day he might be COVID positive.
That is another problem.
Days.
Yes, that is another problem. Oh man.
So
that's the only concern. But he's gonna be a game changer.
So we'll see what happens. But I'm glad I have him in my FBW Superstars League, the buy-in league, and I'm just so happy that somehow I've stretched my lead in 5 categories. So KPJ, Alize Johnson. So
is it
this
Alize
guy
or Alize?
I don't know. I heard it Alize or
Alize.
I heard it a while ago while watching the game.
It's Alize. Okay.
That's what I heard. I'm not sure if it's the right one, but is he an ad for tomorrow?
Yes. For me, it's an ad for tomorrow. He has 2
more games, right? Tomorrow and Monday, I think.
Yes. Tomorrow and Monday. I think tomorrow Blake Griffin should not be playing. KD is 50-50 according to Steve Nash. It's 50-50, so he might not play. So DeAndre Jordan, I don't know what's up. He killed me also. I had him in 2 of the leagues.
In 1 league.
I had him in the 2 weeks that I'm
I said he rested. He was DNP the other day. So I said he might play because I saw the trend. After a rest, he plays. But he didn't play.
I think he's not being rested. I think it's a coach's decision thing. He's not. I don't know. There's no updates. There's no updates with him. So
I don't think
it's so frustrating. Also,
it's not that he is kind of being rested, I guess, but with Brooklyn so loaded, I think they wanted to play a lot of the young players because when it comes to playoff, you rely on some of these players, right? And DeAndre is not a rookie here or a sophomore here. He's a veteran, so he knows how to play in certain situations. But so I think they're trying to take a look at these players.
Alize, for me, tomorrow at least, I think I'll add him. But after that, I might drop after. Yep. I don't think it's gonna be sustainable. Even the last game this week, I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, there's a question mark. But I think if you're gonna throw a Hail Mary, maybe this is the guy that if you're trying to catch the rebounds, the scoring or the field goal, maybe this is your guy if you want to. You're sure you feel that you're not gonna win, but there's a very slim chance. Add this guy and see what happens, right? Tim Hardaway Jr.
This
without
one,
Luka,
I'm more
so
confident.
another frustration is Luka got rested today. Was he rested?
Tim Hardaway, I think they gave a injury and said he's gonna be out, but I think it's a rest.
Yep.
And Tim Hardaway, I'm more sure that the next game he's not gonna play well, especially if Luka comes back, because that's how he is. He has these kinds of games, and then he just sucks the next game.
Yep.
So he's not. Don't chase it. I'm not looking for him to repeat it. The only reason you add him if you really need threes, but if you're close in the field goal category, I warn you.
I don't recommend adding him.
And I don't recommend adding.
So Tim Hardaway Jr. So waiver wire. Let's talk about some waiver wire specials. Guillermo Hernan Gomez. Oh man, my opponent added this guy last minute. Got the rebounds close. I was so happy that I was leading, and then this guy played 10 rebounds. I think he had 2 steals and a block.
11 points. But those 2 steals and a block, as Jeremy said, it's very fluky. Because that's how lucky these 2 stats are. Because Hernan Gomez is not really known for that. He's more of a really rebound and scoring guy. 0.4, 0.5 blocks or steals is what he averages. But he had 2 steals and 1 block today.
Yep.
But with Steven Adams, by the way, he's a drop. I repeat that, he's a drop. And Hernan Gomez should be added for the meantime. The Pelicans are not going anywhere. So they might not even bring back Adams anymore for the next 2 weeks.
Yep.
So
2 weeks is not a long time. It's actually a short time in NBA.
Don't be shocked. Don't be shocked about out of the season tags because it's just 2 weeks. Basically, if you sprain an ankle, you're out for the season. Like Derek White is out for the season. So those things, right? So Hernan Gomez should be added.
Marvin Bagley might come back. Is he coming back tomorrow?
Yes, he's probable tomorrow already. So I have added him there for people who need help.
Cool. So
if you need help. Rebounds, points.
Will he affect Richaun Holmes?
I don't think so. I think what would affect
I was hoping
Richaun,
he would because I have opponents who have Richaun Holmes.
I think what will affect Richaun Holmes is Richaun Holmes. He's not healthy. He's still not healthy. So that's the problem. More than Marvin Bagley. Marvin Bagley himself would probably be playing only 20 minutes a game. It's going to be minutes restricted. He's going to be minutes restricted. So I don't think it's going to be a big deal for Holmes.
Frank Johnson, if you need the threes in Detroit, right? We've been mentioning his names in the past quickies for streams. Michael Mulder.
Someone asked me, Frank Johnson. Someone asked me Josh Jackson or Frank Jackson. This is Frank Jackson, right?
Oh, Frank Jackson. Yeah, sorry. It's not Johnson.
So I said I think I'll go with Frank if you need the points and the threes because he plays every game. Josh, there are games where he rests, so just be careful with that.
And for Josh, there are games wherein he does not shoot the ball well. Frank, he's more consistent and he doesn't hurt you on the field goal category. Michael Mulder.
The Warriors are down to 7 to 8 players. They're playing only 8 players right now, and Mulder has played.
How timing is a big factor in fantasy as well. Like,
very big factor.
Steph Curry last week was so good, so hot. this week, he's still good. I mean, above average in terms of the threes and the scoring. But what I needed right now this week was the last week Steph Curry, not the Steph Curry now. And that timing was really so bad, because if I had him last week in the playoffs, put him in this week's games, oh man, I would have been competing better in some.
I am actually hoping that I did not have a bye this week, because if I did not have a bye this week, I would have destroyed everybody that I could face this week, because I have KPJ, I have Tim Hardaway, I have all these players who are super hot. I own them, and I'm just hoping that, come on, next week don't be cold for me. Don't suddenly turn cold.
Yeah, so you were saying about Michael Mulder of Golden State could be a
has been hot.
stream.
It's been hot the past 4 games. Very hot.
Oubre didn't play, right? Oubre didn't play.
Oubre didn't play. They're down to 7 to 8. They played only 8 players today's game. So Mulder, Poole,
and they lost again.
Yeah, they lost again
to the Wolves.
I don't know what Oubre's injury is. The wrist. I know it's the wrist, but I don't know how severe it is. I think it's still the same problem that's been bugging him. So let's watch out for that. But Mulder has been the backup for Steph, and he has been scoring double figures the past 4 games. So someone to consider.
And Bryn Forbes of Milwaukee, if
3-pointers.
If you need some threes, maybe similar to Frank Jackson, but Frank Jackson can give you a little bit more on the other stats. Bryn Forbes,
I guess
he gives you threes.
Going with that, if Jeremy is saying assists is hard, threes
is the easiest.
They're the easiest thing. Yes, you can find them everywhere. Find them everywhere. As you can see here, everywhere.
Bryn Forbes, all of these 3 of these players can give you threes, I guess.
And Georges Niang. I add another player, another three
Niang,
guy tomorrow. Yeah, he's gonna be solid tomorrow.
Yep, yesterday we talked about him as well yesterday. About him scoring 3. Being a stream for this week.
The Anthony Melton also, by the way. Grayson Allen is doubtful. If that is the case, Melton might have some steals potential.
Well, the thing with Melton is that, it's really not about him having steals. It's him having minutes. What fantasy managers would want is him having minutes, because he can get steals even in 20 minutes. The thing is, we want a 30-minute game wherein he can give you more points and more rebounds, more assists. Right?
And I'm betting that it happens with Grayson Allen out. I think Bane will start. He will come off the bench, but he should get more minutes with Grayson Allen.
Yeah.
So let's see.
And we'll see. But
those are my recommendations.
Memphis rotation has been, unpredictable at times.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I thought of someone to talk about, but anyway, it skipped my mind anyway. All right, so that's it for Daily Fantasy Quickie. 3 days left, right? 2 days. Three. Friday. 3 days left before the end of week 18. And then we're off to week 19. We're getting close to the end, guys. So enjoy the rest of the fantasy season. And it's been a great one. So it's not goodbye. We'll see you again tomorrow, guys. Bye.